I had tickets to the Rays game tonight, but instead I decided to stay home and watch the Lightning. Just maybe they'll at least win one, bring it home to Tampa, so I can at least see a playoff game for one time in my life. Because I'll tell you what, I've been a big Lightning fan for the last, I'd say, 4 years or so. Never really got into hockey until a couple years ago. I've been to a lot of Lightning home games. I've just never been to a Lightning playoff game, and I really wanted to go to one, and I was definitely for sure going to go to Game 5 if it happened. That's why I wanted them to win so badly tonight, just so I can see it, win or lose. Not happening. We get swept. This historic season with 62 wins, tied for an NHL record, most wins in a single season ever, of any NHL team ever. It's not going to be remembered. It's not going to be remembered because of how poorly we performed in the playoffs. The Lightning played with no heart at all. Columbus wanted it more. Sergei Bobrovsky was the better goalie in this series. He looked unstoppable tonight. Stamkos had a sexy goal, and nobody's going to remember it. Nobody's going to remember this whole season. It sucks that this is happening to my team, but then again, it has to happen to somebody, right? The greatest collapse, choke, whatever word you want to use, it's the worst one in NHL history. And one of the worst in modern sports history. It sucks. I know for a fact about 95% of people's brackets are busted now. I'm so embarrassed with my picks that I'm not even going to share it publicly. I know I'm going to get a few comments quoting what I said in my Game 1 recap. The quote was, "There's no way in hell we'll lose this series." It's already been on Twitter and everything. In my defense, nobody really saw this coming. Nobody expected Tampa to give up. I mean, what can you do? There's nothing you can do. I'm still letting it sink in that the greatest roster in NHL history ties the NHL record for most wins in a season and gets swept in the first round to the 8th seed. All that for absolutely nothing. Even if the Lightning go and win the Stanley Cup next season, people are still going to meme us for the next several years. The Lightning are the laughing stock of the NHL right now because we're the greatest team in NHL history and we get swept in the first round. I don't think I've ever felt this much disappointment in my entire life. This sucks. But what am I going to say that no other Lightning fan has already said or will say? There's really nothing. So all I want to do is I want to congratulate Columbus for doing what was sworn could not be done. And I hope you go far in the playoffs. You guys, although I've never been to Columbus, seem to have really great respectable fans. I'm aware that this is the first time in Blue Jackets history that they've won a playoff series, so I'm happy for them. I hope that they go far. Oh, this just in. Penguins swept in the first round, so the Lightning are the only ones. It reduces the embarrassment from a 100 to a 99. You know what's funny is the American Hockey League, the affiliates of the Blue Jackets and the Lightning are playing each other in the first round of that league's playoffs. I don't really know how that will go. All I know is that Columbus's affiliate was the 8th seed, so there's that. The Lightning's team wasn't the first seed. I think they were like the 3rd or 4th, but they do a different playoff format in the AHL. As I was saying, look, I hope Columbus goes far. Their fans were deserving of their first series win, and I'm happy for them. Although I hate to see it happen against my team, I am happy for them. It just sucks being a fan of the best roster in NHL history just to see them get swept in the first round. It does. It's just, I'm having a hard time comprehending that. The Lightning had the 28th ranked defense last season, yet went to the Eastern Conference Final and took Washington to 7. This season, I believe we had the 2nd ranked defense, yet we get swept in the first round. It's tough. It sucks. It does. We're entering cap hell now. I mean, we got to find a way to re-sign Point and or Vazzy. I mean, if we want to keep both of them have to be willing to take pay cuts for that to happen. This team is not going to be the same as they were next season. They're just not. I want to say I wasn't a believer in the President's Trophy curse. Now I think I might be just a little bit. Because a team so far ahead of everybody else in the entire league should not get swept in the first round. But I'm not going to sit here and blame the President's Trophy curse. I'm going to sit here and blame the Lightning. Because they just didn't show up. They didn't play with any heart. They just didn't care. They come in, they think, oh, we're the best team in the NHL history. We're going to blaze through everybody. And they weren't ready for Columbus's heat. They weren't ready for it. Columbus played with heart. Columbus actually played every single game as if it was Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. The Lightning played every game as if it was a middle regular season game that didn't mean anything. It's embarrassing. And it sucks. I think I've said that a lot now. I think I'm gonna head out now. Columbus, I hope you go far. Congratulations. And as for the Lightning, I'll see you in September. Peace out.